Our World, A Tale of Two Swedens, Saturday and Sunday at 9:30 p.m. on the BBC News channel.
An inquest into the death of a toddler who'd waited days for urgent surgery has found gross failure in his care. Caden Bancroft was waiting for a hernia operation at Royal Manchester Children's Hospital. A coroner said his death was contributed to by neglect.
As soon as Caden died, we launched a rigorous and wide-ranging investigation to establish what had happened and put in place measures to ensure this does not happen again.
Also in today's programme, the two men Britain says were behind the Salisbury nerve agent attacks. This afternoon, the UN Security Council will discuss the international arrest warrants. Donald Trump's described as amoral and reckless by one of his own officials, who says he's working to protect the country from the president's worst inclinations. A new price cap on energy bills. The industry regulator says 11 million people will benefit. And under the hammer, from Back to the Future's hoverboards to Indiana Jones' famous fedora, hundreds of pieces of film memorabilia are set to be auctioned off in London.
And coming up on BBC News, Novak Djokovic calls on US Open organisers to help players with the heat as he makes it through to the semi-finals with victory over John Millman.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the BBC News at 1. An inquest into the death of a toddler who'd waited days for urgent surgery has found gross failure in his care at the Royal Manchester Children's Hospital. The coroner ruled that Caden Bancroft died in April 2016 of natural causes contributed to. That's 20 past 1 and our main story this lunchtime. An inquest into the death of a toddler in Manchester who'd waited days for urgent surgery has found gross failure in his care. And coming up, making a stand, the leading scientist donating a £2 million prize to help more people study physics.
Coming up on BBC News, Ryan Giggs tells his Wales team to play attractive football as they kick off their UEFA Nations League campaign against the Republic of Ireland in Cardiff tonight.
Now, in an historic decision, India's Supreme Court has ruled that gay sex is no longer a criminal offence in the country. There are emotional scenes outside court as judges said a controversial law dating from colonial times, which criminalised the activity, was irrational and arbitrary. Activists watching proceedings on television jumped for joy as the decision was announced. Divya?
Further south, we could see highs up to around 22 degrees or so. Bit of a mixed bag. We should see a bit of sunshine, at least for one day, through the weekend, Kate.
We'll hold on to that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Before we leave you, a reminder of our main story this lunchtime. An inquest into the death of a toddler in Manchester who'd waited days for urgent surgery has found gross failure in his care. That's all from the BBC News at 1. Goodbye from me and the team here on BBC One. We'll join the news teams where you are. Bye-bye.
Good afternoon. The time is at 1:33. I'm Ben Croucher with your latest from the BBC Sports Centre. England have named an unchanged team to face India in the fifth and